Hello. Hi. Am I live? Yes, I'm alive. Hang on. Well, nah, that's fine. Anywho, welcome. How's the music? Let me quickly deal with that. That's probably okay. Anyways, good to see you guys so soon after. Hi, it's almost like I'm a regular streamer now. Feels like it was just yesterday. Well, technically not even yesterday, but like a few days ago, a day or two ago, that we were talking. But now we're back. We're back with some One Piece. Ooh. Today's release date for OP06, and unfortunately, I can only get 6 packs. It's hard out there, you know. It's hard out there for card collectors to get a normal amount of product here in the US. But anywho, give me a second. It's gonna be a relatively short stream. Let me just put that down. Come on. Yep. I see you in here. You move it. There we go. Oh no. I have been sawed in half. There we go. All right, now we're back. Probably should have kept on the waiting screen a little longer, but that's okay. You know what? Today's gonna be a relatively short stream. 6 packs. We're gonna burn through these so quick. It's not even gonna be funny. So, things I'm expecting from OP06. What am I expecting? I'm expecting alts. I want alt arts. Give me the alt arts. I'm so ready for them. I'll grab one. Realistically, I'm looking for any alt leader. Any leader that's an alt, I would love to build. Primarily looking for yellow cards as well. Oh, come on. Oh, it's been too long since I've opened up a pack. I'm become too weak. Oh, this is so sad. Don't look. Oh, I'm gonna brutal massacre my packs. There we go. There we go. We got there. We got there at the end of the day. I don't know. It could take me about 2 hours just to open up the packs. Who the heck are you? I haven't done a whole lot of research on OP06. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a ton of the characters that are out on this. And this looks like a film character. It is a film character. El Dorado, I believe is his name. I don't know anything about him. I haven't seen this movie. If I had to guess, it's one of the earlier ones. Probably one of the main villains from the early movies. Tyrolan, I remember this guy. I recently, I'm rewatching a lot of the pre-time skip stuff, and I just saw this guy. Not too bad. What does he do? On play, KO, trash 3 cards from the top of your deck. Oh, that's really good for mill. That's a great mill strategy. Kawamatsu, awesome. If your opponent has 3 or less life, play this card. And then when attacking, you may trash 2 cards from your hand. Add up to 1 character with a power of 0 to the top or bottom of your... Ooh, this goes really well with Hiyori. So, not a terrible card. I don't really want him. You want him? Nah, it's fine. He's okay. Synergizes. Another film card. What the heck? Who the hell are you? You must be from like Film Red. I don't know where you're from. Gasparde, I believe is his name. Gasparde. He's a 6K, 6 costs 8K. With some counter. He's actually like a decent vanilla. This is actually a pretty good vanilla. If you're drafting, you probably want to pull him. Oh, Jigoro the Win. This is Zoro's zombie from Thriller Bark. Really cool. Let's see. What does he do? On KO, up to one of your leaders gain 1000 power during this turn. Doesn't seem that great. I'm not gonna lie. That's okay though. Jinbo's another vanilla body from the Skypiea arc. I don't really remember a whole lot of the background characters from Skypiea, but I don't think he was one of the main ones. Obviously, he's got a gigantic rocket launcher, but so did most of the Skypieans. That seemed to be the weapon of choice. Ooh, Zeph. That's a sick-looking Zeph. Loving this guy. If you can't tell, I'm gonna milk these 6 packs for all they're worth. Let's see, 3K. Oh man, it's got terrible stats. 1K counter. Your turn, when your opponent activates a blocker or an event. If your leader has East Blue type, you may trash 4 cards from the top of your deck. Ooh. Very situational, but kind of works with Nami. It's cool that we actually got young Zeph. I really like young Zeph. It's cool to see him in the set. Wipa! Awesome. One of the main characters. Or, I mean, what would you say? Would you say he's an antagonist? Well, everyone that seems to meet those Straw Hats tend to end up being their enemies at some point. He's a vanilla body with no counter because he has an effect. You may place one stage with a cost of 1 or less to the bottom of its owner's deck. Look at the top 5 cards from the top of your deck. Reveal one Upper Yard or Shandian Warrior type card and add it to your hand. Then place the rest of the bottom of your... So this is a searcher. And it seems like you may play one stage. I don't know if it's necessarily it has to be your stage. I suspect this card is place one of your stages. It's not like, oh, place your opponent's stage and then go searching. My suspicion, well, it could be that. Who knows? I'm not too sure about his ruling, but he's not being played. I know that. Sakazuki, yo, look! We got Sakazuki! Yo, oh my gosh. I can't believe it. This is young Sakazuki before he became, probably when he was a Vice Admiral. Or this was actually during the, it's not Elbaf. What's the name of the Ohara? There you go. During the Ohara flashback, Sakazuki was sent as one of the Buster Call admirals, Vice Admirals. And yeah, he looks sick. I mean, obviously we don't see, I don't know why we don't see his face, because we already know what Sakazuki looks like. But let's see what he does. He's place up to one of your characters with a cost 2 or less at the bottom of its owner's deck. Up to one character with a cost of 2 or less. So he's removal, makes sense. Body is okay. I don't like that he doesn't have any counters. Feels very strange that he doesn't have counters. But you know, it is what it is. Saga. Gotta be a film. Yeah, he's film. 4, 5, 2. Oh, hey. 2k counter. That's pretty good. And what is he gonna do? When attacking, this character gains 1000 power during the start of your next turn, until the start of your next turn. Then trash one of your film type characters at the end of this turn. Interesting. Okay. Actually, like, semi-decent 2k counter for films. Not upset by that. Could be relevant. Yo, let's go! Actually a card I wanted from the set. You're the one who should despair. Oh man, it's the 0 cost. Finally, Yellow has their 0 cost event. Yo, that is so sick. I'm so happy with this. All right. If you don't know what 0 cost events do, I'll read it for you. So it's a counter. So you may trash one card from your hand up to one of your leaders or characters, gain 3000 power during this turn, and then the trigger is sick. If you have 0 life cards, you may add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Then trash 1 card from your hand. This is so good, especially with the Amaru event as well. What a deadly combo for Yellow to have. And then, yo! No way. No way. Yo, why is no one here? Oh my God. Dude. God, I'm shaking. It's the alt art for Zoro. Oh my God. No. Yo. No way. Bro, I'm about to fucking have a stroke right now. Did I fuck him up? He looks fine. My spasming didn't destroy the card, thank God. Oh, wow. Now I have to buy another one. Yo, this is going into my Yamato deck. I give no shits. I'm putting this into Yamato. Whoa. Dude. Yo, you guys have no idea how happy I am pulling one of these. Dude. It's one of the coolest. I think this is like $100 card right now. So if you don't know what he does, he is a 9 cost, 9k. Okay stats. When attacking once per turn, you may pay 1 Dawn. Set this character as active. That right there is already a great ability. And then guess what? It was so nice doing it once. Why not do it twice? For his second ability, activate main once per turn, pay 2. You get to set this character as active again. So you get to attack 3 times with this character because you attack once. Yeah. Then you can pay 1 to untap them, attack again, then pay 2 to untap them, and then attack again. That's... Yo, let's go! Dude, no way. No way. No way I just pulled an alt of like the fucking, of like one of the main characters. Holy shit. That made me really happy. Oh man. That just made my day 1,000 times better. What luck, man. I actually got something like cool. I was not expecting that. That was a nice surprise. Holy crap. I'm still blown away by that. Holy cow, I'm like in shock. I don't even know if I'm gonna, like, how am I gonna do the rest of this pack opening? I already pulled the best thing. Like, well, one of the coolest things. But let's try to move forward. Let's try to show off the other cards that I got, that I paid money for. Oh my god. Schneider? I don't know who Schneider is. He looks like a snake man. He's a vanilla body with a counter, not bad. Wadasumi, I believe is his name. He's another vanilla body. Fishman, semi-relevant. And they said, oh cool, Garp. We got actually a really sick Garp. This is a vanilla stats Garp with a red Luffy ability, which is super cool. Like I actually would consider running him in a deck. If you're running a budget VV deck, I recommend running Garp or even like any budget blue deck that's aggro. This is a great card to have. I'll tell you what it does right now. Actually, hold on. We'll put that aside. I want my spoils of war to be shown on camera. So he has attached to Dawn when attacking. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, your opponent cannot activate blockers during this turn. So 7, 8, 9. A 9k body that can't be blocked under certain conditions is great for 5 cost. That is, I got like a sneak peek of what we just had. That's a great card. I like Garp. Garp is a really good blue card. I want to say Asia. I know it's not Asia. Isa. I believe it's her name. Isa. 2k, really good. 2k. Searchable, not bad. Because it's a Sky Island card, so it can be searched with the last searcher from the last set. Look at up to one card. Look at up to one card from the top of yours or your opponent's life cards, and place it either on the top or bottom. For 1 cost, that's actually like pretty decent. This is like a super relevant Sky Island card. I like that. It's not bad. Oh, and here's the Arx Maximus. Maxim, that's his name. The Arc Maxim. This is Enel's ship. This is actually like what he got away with. He's on the moon with this thing currently. Hang on. Sorry, the seasons are changing and the noses are getting stuffy. But Arc Maxim is his battleship. In fact, I mean technically it's his pirate ship as well. In another world, this probably would have been his pirate ship, but he's busy on the moon, so Enel is MIA at the moment. Well, let's see what his card does. His stage does. So activate main once per turn. You may rest this card, add up to 1 Enel card. Oh wow. You may rest this card and 1 of your Enel cards. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. KO all your opponent's characters with a cost 2 or less. Wow. Not really worth it. Unless you're fighting like Zoro, this is probably not worth running, but cool. Zeo's a 2k counter. Okay stats. And what does he do? With 1 Dawn, when attacking, if your leader has a new Fishman Pirate type, set up to 1 of your Dawn cards as active, and this character gains 1,000 power during this turn. Then add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. I really like these Fishman cards. I wish their effects were a lot more bombastic, because it feels like the effect is pretty minimal. I mean, but then again, it's also a 2 cost, so you can't expect a lot from a 2 cost. But I like the idea of the Fishman taking cards from your life in exchange to using them. I think it's a really fun strategy. I would like to see more done with it. I just don't know if we're going to. That's my issue. Meteor Strike of Love. This is from Film Gold, I believe. I also think I see this in some meta decks. But let's figure out why. So it's a main counter. That's already really good. You may add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. Up to 1 of your leaders or characters gain 3k power during this turn. Yeah, you know what? That's actually pretty good. I like this. I mean, it makes sense why it's probably meta relevant. Vivi, again, I'm gonna keep saying this, but Vivi could use this. This could be an okay card because Vivi has a lot of life. Yo, Gion. Ho ho ho. Gion. We don't really know a whole lot about Gion. Gion's one of those characters that just hasn't really been in the story very much. I believe she was part of like some kind of like Vice Admiral get together where they were discussing like past events of the world. I think she was there, but I'm not 100% sure. She hasn't. We don't really know what she can do. We just know that she's real cute with a spider tattoo, and that's about as much as I know about her. But what does she do? She's a 2K counter, 4 cost, 5K body. Amazing 2K body so far. So right off the bat, this is already a worthwhile 2K counter. And then your turn, once per turn, when your opponent activates an event. Okay, when your opponent activates an event, your opponent must place 1 card from their hand to the bottom of their deck. Yo, I like this card. Nice. You know what? This is a really good 2K counter. That's worth keeping. And then the next one is another film card. Go figure. It's a Straw Hat card too. Where's it from? I don't know. I don't think I've seen that movie. But looks cool. It has a trigger. It's a 3 cost. On main, KO to one of your opponent's characters with the 5K power or less. Okay. And then the trigger is KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 4,000 power or less. This seems like a worse version of... Is it a worse version than a Jet Pistol? I don't know. But it doesn't seem that great to me. Yeah, here's the card. This is the card I saw. Horty Jones. This is, man, I honestly wish this card was better. Because I would love to run Horty Jones because I really like the Fishman cards. It's just that Horty Jones is kind of like a lackluster leader. But there he is in all his glory. I also don't really like his alt as well. I don't like either parts. I wish they would have done his alternate form, like his ultra form. Let's see. So activate main, you may rest this leader. Already kind of sucks. Rest up to one of your opponent's Dawn cards or characters with a cost of 3 or less. Then you cannot add life cards to your hand using your own effects during this turn. So kind of similar to some Whitebeard effects. It can rest a Dawn on your opponent's turn, and it can also rest a 3 cost if you want. Neither seem super relevant. Like if you want to just be a dick, you can rest your opponent's Dawn. I'm sure that's okay. But the second ability is probably what you really want to be activating. It just sucks that you have to rest your character. But Horty Jones is okay. I wish they would have done a little bit more with him. Oh cool, broke. Nice. I know this is like a relevant black card. I don't know how good it is, but I'm sure it's good. It's a 6 cost 6K. Okay, I really like this art. It has the same feel as like the Garp we got in the last set. On play, choose 1. Trash up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 4 or less. Wow, that's really good. Your opponent places 3 cards from their trash to the bottom of their deck in any order. Why would you want to do that? That doesn't seem like you want to be doing that. It seems like you want to be activating its first ability. So it's strange. And then I think, yeah, there's one more card. Oh, nice. Whoa. Look at that. Charlie Pudding. Let's go. That is sick. Actually, this is a card. This is a card I've actually been wanting to add to the decks. Having a Charlie Pudding, that is sick. So this is a 4 cost 4K, 1 cost counter, and then it's a Big Mom Pirate, which is cool because it's blue. We don't currently have any blue Big Mom Pirates that I'm aware of. So on play, your opponent returns all cards to their deck, then shuffles their deck, then your opponent draws 5 cards. So first time reading this, I think like most people, I didn't understand the power of this card. Because you're like, well, why would I want to mulligan my opponent's hand for them? That's the thing. You don't want to mulligan your opponent's hand. You want your opponent to start discarding cards. You want your opponent to shuffle cards back into their deck. And the best way to do that is by forcing them to shuffle all, like, if they have like, because if you've seen my games, a lot of my opponents tend to have like 7 to 12 cards in their hand. Throwing this at them completely destroys their engine. like you force them to discard like 7 cards or 10 cards, and then they have to start again with 5 cards and then build up their hand again. And we're talking like semi early game, like mid game, I would say. You throw this down and you force your opponent to return 2 cards to their deck, draw a fresh new 5. It has its advantages and its disadvantages, but honestly, it is way stronger than it is weak. So that's actually like super relevant. I like having that. So sick card so far. Like this is like the nut pool. I'm not gonna lie, this is a really good pool so far. And then we'll open this up. I'm gonna try not to look. It's so tempting. It's so tempting to look what's inside. Here's this guy. Count Battler. Interesting. 2 costs 3k, 1k counter. On play, Dom -1. Rest up to 2 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. Wow. That does not sound that great. It's a film card. That is for sure. Koshiro. What is that his name? Yeah, I think Koshiro, something like that. I'm pretty sure that's not right, but it's pretty cool. It's the what's the name of her, what's the name of that girl? I honestly don't remember. I feel bad, but this was part of like Zoro's backstory. It's the person that trained Zoro. We know that much. And I'm trying to remember his daughter's name that died. I, for the life of me, can't remember her name. I feel so bad because his daughter died, unfortunately, which set Zoro on his adventure to become the greatest swordsman. So, pretty relevant character. 3 cost 0 power. On play, set up to one of your / attribute characters with a cost of 4 or less active. Then you cannot attack a leader during this turn. Wow, why would you do that? That's not worth it. Definitely don't recommend him. He's not that great. Inupi? I don't know how to say his name. I feel bad. But it's a Sanji zombie. Sanji's zombie. Quite the looker. Good looking dude. Let's see. 2 costs 3k, 1k counter. It's okay. What does he do though? On play or on KO, if your leader has Thriller Bark Pirates, draw 2 cards, then trash 2 cards from your hand. Oh, okay. So kind of like a okay cycler. You get to do it twice actually, because on play you get to cycle 2 cards, and then on KO you get to cycle another 2 cards. Actually, not terrible. I think he's definitely better than the Zoro zombie. So definitely worth looking into. There's Thriller Bark. Thriller Bark's pretty cool. I don't know if people are actually running it, but let's figure out why. So it is a 1 cost stage. Activate main. You may tap 1 Dawn and then rest this stage. If your leader has Thriller Bark Pirates, play up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirate type character with a cost of 2 or less from your trash rested. Well, okay. So let's see, play free bodies, free little bodies. Pretty cool. Makes sense for the archetype. Jagger D Soul, yo, the legend himself, that absolute Giga Chad that saved Robin during her flashback. Surprisingly low stats. Not what I would have expected from a giant, but you know, he's not with us anymore, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's see what he does though. On KO, place up to 1 character with the cost of 2 or less at the bottom of its owner's deck. How do I feel about that? It's like, it doesn't feel too bad. I don't think I would play this, but it's okay if you're trying to get rid of small bodies, I suppose. Oh, this cutie. Cosetti, I believe is her name. Is it Cosetti, or am I saying it wrong? Probably saying it wrong. But I like her. She's cute. She's from the Germa 6 thing during Sanji's well, that's, I don't know, is that spoilers? But maybe it is. I won't talk about too much about where she's from. I mean, she's from Germa 6. She's the chef or the waitress or the butler of the Germa 6. And then what does she do? If your leader has the Germa 66 type and the number of Dawn cards on your field is 2 less than your number of your opponents on the... Okay. The wording's a little weird, but if your leader is a Germa 66 and you have 2 less number of Dawn than your opponent, this character gains blocker. One cost conditional blocker is okay. I wouldn't really run this, but it's fine. Oh, nice. Noah's Ark. Cool. This is actually going into the Yamato. This is going into the Yamato deck that I'm building. So Noah's Ark is a great stage. It's a really expensive stage, but I think the cost is very much worth it. So the Noah's Ark is a 6 cost. On play, rest all your opponent's characters. Like, easy. And then the trigger is play this card. So if you trigger this, you get to rest all your opponent's characters. They can't do shit about it. And then on your turn, you just get to swing face. Like, this is such a bust. Like, this is one of those cards where I think it's busted. Like, I think this is so good. Even at 6 cost, six cost is a lot, but you're getting so much out of it. I feel like it's a pill I'm willing to swallow. I'm trying to run 3. We'll see if I can get away with it. Oh no. I can't read this name, I know that. This is Killer. Hito Kiri Kamazo, I believe is his name. But this is a killer during Wano. And 4 costs, 5k, 2k counter. Wow, okay. Actually, okay, so this is already a good 2k counter. What does he do? When a Dawn card from your field is returned to your Dawn deck, KO up to one of your opponent's 2k. Oh, you're one of your opponent's 2 costs or less. Wow. Oh, I mean, this is good. This is really good. Holy crap. Like, if you want, you could play this. And then your turn, once per turn, if you've managed to return Dawn to your deck, which purple is really good at returning its own Dawn, you can KO a bunch of little bodies. Like, this is probably like the anti-Zoro meta right here. That's awesome. This is actually a really good card. I like this a lot. Supernova, Kid Pirate, Smile. I would definitely recommend this in the Kid deck. In fact, I might run that. Bear King. Who is Bear King? I've never seen Bear King. He's from a film though. He's movie relevant, I guess, or maybe game relevant, because some of the film characters end up being from games. But 5 cost 6k. What does he do? 1k power counter. Does he have hockey or does he have fire on his fist? It's tough to say. But he does. If your opponent has a leader or character with a base power of 6k or more, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. Oh, okay. Interesting. So it can't be KO'd if you're up against Whitebeard or the red purple Luffy. Currently, those are the only 2 leaders that I know of. But that's interesting. I wonder if they're gonna make that more relevant in the future. We'll have to see. Oh, it's Ores. Yo, this is actually a good card. This is a good black card. Check them out. There's Ores. 4 costs 7k. That's insane. That is insane. You can't ask for a better stats than that. That is above stats. But the unfortunate thing is this character cannot attack. Boo. So what does he do then? Activate main, you may KO up to one of your Thriller Bark characters. This character's effect is negated during this turn. Okay. This is definitely a build around. This is a build around. You want to put a bunch of like low cost, no nonsense Thriller Bark characters and then throw this out on the field. And then just start eating away at your board while your opponent sits there and quivers in fear as you annihilate them. This is actually a fun deck. I think if I'm going to build the black deck, I might actually build around Ores. He seems really fun. I like this card. And then we have Gum Gum King Kong Gatling. Nice. This is another film card. Let's see if it's worth running for 2k. Up to one of your leaders or character gains 3k power during this turn. Then, if your opponent has a character with 7k power or more, up to one of your leader characters gain an additional 1000 power during this turn. Okay, and then trigger KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 5k or less. So already, this is way better than the other red event card that we saw recently. And it is a conditional 4k counter. Actually, kind of good. I like it. It's not a bad card. Do we have anything behind it? Yes, we do. Yo! We got Shanks. Yo, this is another great card in VV. If you're running VV, this is an awesome. I mean, in fact, this is actually just a good card to run in general. This is just the better version of like Shanks, or not Shanks. Well, actually, this is kind of like a better Shanks in all sense, but a better. Who am I thinking? Mihawk. Slightly better Mihawk. So 10k, 12k power. Holy cow. Massive, massive stat. On play, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 10k power or less. Man. Yo. If your opponent has something, has any big body, has anything on the field, it's dead to this guy, to Shanks. That is insane. My gosh. A 12k leader, well, not leader, but a 12k boss monster that just kills the last big boss that was thrown out on the field. Dang, this is a good card. That's sick, dang. I like this guy. That was cool. That was worth pulling. And then we still have 3 packs left. So we're halfway through our pack opening, unfortunately. Honestly, it lasted a lot longer than I expected it to. I thought we'd already be done by now, but you know, my yapping has yet again saved my content. So that's good. I'm gonna try not to look at what's inside. Try to keep the pack on camera if I can, but I'm also have to pay attention to what's happening down here. Okay, I'm gonna try not to look at what's inside here. Come on. There we go. All right. Let's try not to get spoilers. Come on, buddy. There you go. Now you're out. You're free. Huzzah. Donson. 3 cost 4k. Have we gotten doubles? I don't think we've gotten any doubles yet. Of commons, uncommons, rares. Like, I feel like all the cards we've seen have been new cards. So that's awesome. That's good to know. Here's another fishman. Let's see what he does. It is when attacking, if your leader has a new fishman pirates, this character cannot be KO'd in battle and gains 2k power during this 2k power until the start of your next turn. Then add up to 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. Now this is something worth picking our life for, because you're getting you don't have to invest Dawn. It's 3 costs, no Dawn investment. And then KO if okay, this character cannot be KO'd. That's good. And gains 4, 5, 6. So it's a 3 cost 6k body until the start of your next turn. So this is a pretty sticky body. It's not going anywhere. So it's actually pretty good. I like him. Vinsmoke. Ichi, I believe. I might be mispronouncing that, but that's fine. It's one of the Vinsmoke kids. One of the better ones. Well, one of the baby forms. Like one of the unpowered, like the deep powered forms. So 4 cost 4k. Not great. 1k counter at least. Dawn -1. If your leader has the German 66 type, play up to 1 Vinsmoke Ichiji with a cost of 7 from your hand or trash. So the German 66 are actually like a really good archetype that I think has legs, because a lot of times what they do is they'll fetch each other out. So very similar to the Three Brothers starter decks. These kind of like fetch each other out, fetch out better versions of themselves almost immediately. So not bad. Lily Carnation, I believe is what. Oh man, she's cute. I mean, let me justify what I'm talking about. The girls in the background are cute. I have no idea what that monster is. But what does this card do? Activate main once per turn. You may trash one of your characters with 6k power or more. Oh man, that's a big ask. Play up to 1 film type character with a cost of 2k to 5k power from your trash rested. That does not sound that great. I don't know what the advantage of doing that is, especially because it has no power. That does not seem like a thing you want to do. Who the heck are you? I believe, is this like the Navy reporter? I don't know who this guy is. He looks familiar though. Toki Kake, I believe. And then it is a Dawn, so place a Dawn on him. If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, this character cannot be KO'd in battle. Wow. Very underwhelming, unfortunately, because I'm not that interested in what you do. Oh, Nothing happened. Nothing at all. I love this scene. I mean, this is like, if you're not, even if you're not a One Piece fan, you know this scene. There's no way you don't know what happened. Let's see. It's a 3-cost counter, and it has, you may add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. That's okay. Your characters with the cost of 7 or less cannot be KO'd in battle during this turn. It doesn't sound, it's kind of a lot. And then the trigger is activate the counter effect. It's a lot of Dawn to hold up, and it's asking you to take a life anyways. So I'm not a big fan. I don't think this is gonna be good. This is not playable. As far as I can tell, it's not playable. Yonji, yo, my man Yonji. By the way, all the Vinsmoke children are dicks, except Reiji. Reiji's like kind of a dick, but not actually a dick. But Yoji looks pretty cool. I like him. So he's 2 cost 2k. Dawn -1. If your leader has a German 66 type, you may play 1 Vinsmoke Yoji with the cost of 4 from your hand or trash. So not bad. Again, it's another one of those fetchers. It fetches itself, or it fetches its counterpart, its big counterpart. Baron Amatsuri. Atsui? He's a film. He's a 2 cost 3k. On play up to 1 of your Lily Carnations from your hand. Lily Carnation was that monster thing, right? Yeah. I'm guessing they're from the same movie. No idea who this guy is. But he seems like he's probably the villain of whatever movie he was from, or whatever game he might have been a part of. But interesting. Oh, Denjiro, nice. I think Denjiro's actually like semi-decent. 5 cost 6k. Attach Dude on. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, this character cannot be KO'd by effects. And then the trigger is if your opponent has 3 or less life cards, play this card. 6, 7, 8. 8k. And then can't be KO'd. It's okay. Not crazy about him, but you know, he's cool. Oh, nice. This is actually like a semi-relevant blue card. Let's see if I can even read the name. It's a big name. Ama no Murakumo Sword, I believe is the name. Horribly pronounced, by the way. You know, that's just you get that for free. So 2 costs, main. Place up to 1 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 2 less, and up to 1 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 1 or less to the bottom of its owner's deck in any order. So it removes 2 small things. And then the trigger is activate the main effect. For 2 cost, I think this is okay. You're kind of getting rid of irrelevant bodies with this, but you know, again, like I'm gonna come back to the Zoro matchup. This absolutely destroys Zoro because Zoro only wants to play little bodies. So not bad. Hayuzu. I cannot pronounce that name. No. We're getting to characters I don't really know a lot about. Oh man, I mean, he's a new fishman. He's a new fishman pirate. I know that much. Actually, it says he's a fishman pirate, or he's a fishman. So vanilla stats. Activate main once per turn. Rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters with the cost of 4 or less, and then this character gains 1000 power during this turn. Then add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. Actually, not bad. Because you're resting a 4 cost. 4 costs tend to be where you want to be for blockers. You don't normally go above 4 costs for blockers unless you're trying to like counter this stuff like this. And then 7k body is not bad. You're taking a life though. That feels bad. But he's actually like a semi-decent card. Yo, what the heck are you? You're from Film Red, right? This is the weird monster that Uda was being possessed by, I think. It is a Tote Musica. Tote Musica, I believe is his name. 5 cost 6k, 1k counter. Activate main. Once per turn, you may rest 1 of your Uta cards. This character gains 5k power during this turn. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, okay. Actually, not bad. Okay. Again, this is another card where I feel like you could build the deck around this and actually have it be like relevant, because it's only asking you to rest a Uda. It's not asking you to KO an Uda. So rest an Uda card this character gains 5k power during this turn. You're looking at a 5 cost 11k body. If you put this in the red purple Uda deck, like, that's not bad. I'm not like upset by this. That's a decent card. Oh, oh no, reject. Why'd you have to be here, reject? Oh, my poor boy. Shot down before his glory days. If you didn't know, reject is actually getting banned pretty soon. I believe it's already banned in, no, it's not banned in Japan yet. I believe in Japan it'll be banned next month. And then in the US, it is scheduled to be banned around May, I believe. I believe we're gonna get at least most of the set. We'll be able to play with this card here in the US, but we're not gonna be able to play with it in the next set, I believe, is what the banning is like. So rest in peace, my boy. Didn't even get to know you, really. I might put it in the deck, but realistically, I don't really want to. Because yes, I recognize that this card is really strong. Unfair sometimes. It's not, I don't think it's a major problem, but you know, it did get banned, and I don't really want to put banned cards in the deck. Even if they're not banned yet, they're going to get banned. So it's a 4 cost. Let's see. So 4 cost event. On main, choose one. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a 5 cost or less. It's awesome. And then his second thing is, if your opponent has 1 life card, deal 1 damage to your opponent, then add 1 card from the top of your deck, top of your life cards to your hand. That's awesome. I mean, and then the trigger is draw 1 card. Like, the trigger alone is probably worth running, but its other 2 effects are awesome. 4 cost to KO a 5 cost is okay. At least you're not taking life for it. Its second ability is probably what you're trying to do. When you're trying to swing into your opponent, you probably want to do 1 damage with them. Even though you're taking a life with them, I think it's definitely worth it. Because this is kind of like a guaranteed finisher. Like, if you want to make sure your opponent's going to die, you kind of play this. And I guess it was an issue. I don't think it would have been an issue here in the West, but then again, it's a strong ability. So I understand why it's there. I understand. But what can you do, you know? I'm just glad my other cards didn't get banned. I'll be real with you. I would much rather lose Reject than lose Cabone. Cabone Gang Beiji. I don't want to lose Beiji. Beiji's such a good card. So if I have to sacrifice a Reject, I will sacrifice a Reject. Or Onami. I'm glad Onami didn't get banned. Onami's bust. That's a card that should have been banned in its place. If we're being real with each other. There we go. We got it. So let's see. Second to last pack. Cerberus. Very cute. Terrible stats. And it's a blocker. If you want a cheap blocker, here you go. You got your cheap blocker. Kawamatsu, we already seen. Euro. That's definitely Euro, isn't it? Euro Pirate. He's a Euro Pirate. What the heck? He's a one cut. Who is this guy? What are you? He must be in the Fishman Island arc. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 3 or less. Pretty okay. Cool card. I would have expected this guy to be a film card. I have no idea who this dude is. But he's okay. My dude Euro pulling his weight. Barham, I believe is that name. Okay, stats 3/4. 3 costs for 4k. Counter 1000. Activate main once per turn. Actually, let me get some water because I'm starting to like froth at the mouth. And it's becoming a little much. I would show you what I'm actually I could show you. Barham, you're gonna be the sacrificial lamb. I don't want to spell this. Here's the new sneak stuff. That sneak cup came with the collector, the sneak collector thing. Make sure to wipe my hands. Don't want to get potentially good cards wet. But it's good. Right now I'm drinking root beer. I'm drinking the root beer sneak flavor, and it tastes like root beer. It tastes like the candy root beer. If you've ever had the hard candy root beer that they give out at like, what is it called? Cracker Barrel? It tastes exactly like that. That entire soda line tastes like candy. So if you like the taste of candy, I would recommend it. I'm not a big fan of super sweet things, so I don't drink it very often, but it is nice to have when you have a sweet tooth. And then Arcs Maximum, we've seen him. Lola. Oh man, Lola was such a great character. I didn't think I was gonna like Lola as much as I did in Thriller Bark, but she's got vanilla stats. Actually, this is like 4 cost 6k is like right at the cusp of where you want to start looking at vanilla cards. 3 cost 5ks I don't think are super worth it, but 4 cost 6ks are great. So awesome black card if you're drafting this. Speaking of which, not a super great vanilla. Oh, this is new. What is this? I don't think I've seen this event. But I will never doubt a woman's tears. This is from Whole Cake Island, I believe. It has to be. Main. Let's see. Well, I want to see. No, actually, Dressrosa. Oh, okay. It took me like 2 seconds to realize that this is not a Whole Cake Island. This is the Dressrosa Sanji scene. Very cool. It's a 1 cost event. Activate main, or it's main. Up to one of your leaders or characters gain 1k power during this turn. Then reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 character with a cost of 2, and place the rest at the bottom of your deck. So reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. Play up to 1 character with a cost of 2, and place the rest of the bottom of your deck. Well, the extra wording, I'm not too sure why they added it. I'm sure there's a ruling, but it's actually pretty good. What's the trigger? Trigger is play up to 1 character with a cost of 2 from your hand. It's okay. Really not something I'm going to play, but it's very cool that we got it. Oh, nice. Sindri. Sindri. Stop throwing plates at me. It's a 1 cost 2k power 2k counter. Pretty okay. So what does it do? On play, if your leader has a Thriller Bark Pirates type, trash 5 cards from the top of your deck. Huh. Okay. Not bad. Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I really like this Sindri card. Even in the anime and the manga, she was already cute. They just like doubled her cuteness. Super sick. It looks like she's wearing like a nightgown. I believe she probably is. She looks great. I love this card. It doesn't take a lot to it doesn't take a whole lot to convince me of a good character design. I wonder why. 3 costs, 4k body. It's a 1 counter, 1k counter. It is a fishman, new fishman pirate. His name is Daruma. Crazy looking dude. So if you attach 1 Dawn when attacking once per turn, if your leader is a new fishman pirate, set this character as active, and this character gains 1000 power during this turn, then add 1 card from the top of your life to your hand. So we're looking at a 4/5. We're looking at a 6k body that can attack. Well, no, we're looking at a 5k body that attacks. And then you untap it, it becomes a 6k body that attacks again. For 1 life, I think that's okay. Not bad. I'm not upset by it. Yo, okay. Now here's something I'm definitely happy about. This was another card that I was thinking about buying a playset of. I don't really have a home for it, but Ryomas are really good right now in the set. And Ryoma is a 4 cost 6k body. Man, in the Ryoma, I don't know. Did you guys see the what is it? What do you call it? The short, the Netflix short that they released of Oda's original comic where Ryoma was the actual main character. Obviously, this was when Ryoma was alive, where he actually kills the dragon in a different part of the world. It's so sick, and it's crazy to think that the 2 worlds became canon to each other. Like, I didn't think they were originally canon, but watching the short kind of made it canon. So it was really awesome to see that. So I was really happy to see this. Part of me wishes that Zoro got to keep his sword and actually got to use it. I already forgot the name of it, but it was a black blade. It's one of the first. No, Mihawk's is the first black blade we see. So this would be the first black blade that Zoro owns. because he won in combat. He won the sword in combat, so it was his sword. In Wano, that kind of a little more happens in Wano, but at least he gets to keep the sword up until Wano. This would have been a great sword for Endgame to keep, but obviously I'm not the writer of One Piece, so I'm not going to make those calls. But also it makes sense why he didn't get to keep it as well. Like, I understand why, but man, Ryuma was such a sick character. Even the one shot anime that we got, like the one episode thing that we got for him, was so good, was so much fun to watch. And it was very cool to see like Ryuma as like not a living legend, as just a character, as just a guy. So the character, what does this card do? So it does on play, on KO up to one of your opponent's rested character with the cost of 4 or less. This I already know is really awesome with Perona. Perona gets to rest your 4 costs, and then you throw a Ryuma at it, it's dead. You're clearing board. It's awesome, and it's a 6k body. Really can't ask for more than that. Oh, nice. Okay, cool. We got Zeph Navy. This is young Zeph, I would say. Zeph, who in the films, I don't know. I'm tempted to say it's canon. I don't think it's canon, but I don't really know. But Zeph is the original. I believe he was an admiral. Yeah, he was an admiral from what I remember. But Zeph was the admiral who taught the like Aokiji, like you can already see here, like Aokiji, Kizaru, Borsellino. Like he taught the current generation of admirals and vice admirals how to be an admiral. So he was one of the teachers. He was one of the greats. The dude's a living legend. I'm not too sure if he's canon to the anime or not, but he's I really want to run the leader of him. I love this movie so much. I love Film Z a lot. This character is a beloved villain of mine. Honestly, you can't even hate him as a villain because you feel for him. He's been through so much. He's such a great character. Absolutely love Zeph. Love Z. Great. It was an even better ending. But one of my favorite endings to a One Piece movie. So it is on play, Dawn -1. Negate the effects of up to one of your opponent's characters during this turn. Then, if that character has 5k power or less, KO it. Wow. Actually pretty good. So it negates your opponent's effects, which not super relevant because a lot of effects are on play effects. Very few, like obviously with Zoro, that would be relevant. And then has 5k power or less, KO it. So far, that's nothing on. You can KO a pudding if you wanted to, but Zeph is actually a really cool character. I'm really happy I got that. One of my favorite film villains, probably one of my favorite film characters. To be fair, I'm not a big fan of Uda, but I really do love Z and Zeph. Like obviously they're basically the same character. They are the same character. There we go. All right, let's try not to get spoilers. Man, I'm still blown away by this. I can't believe I pulled that. That was probably the best pull I could have ever pulled. Like that. Only thing I could pull now that's better is a leader. If I could pull an alt art leader, I would be so happy. I'd be over the moon. But you know what? I'm just happy that I even got an alt art. I'm so happy I was able to pull an alt art on camera too. That is like the coolest thing. There we go. Vinsmoke Reiji, new card that we have not seen yet. I'm really happy too that we haven't got a lot of doubles. These have all been unique new cards. So Vinsmoke Reiji is a this is actually the character that's not a dick. She's actually pretty normal, semi-normal for a Vinsmoke, and she looks great. 2k, 2 cost, 1k counter, activate main Dawn -1. If your leader has the Germa 66 type, play up to one Vinsmoke Reiji with a cost of 4 from your hand to trash. From what I understand, in the Vinsmoke archetype or the Germa 66 archetype, Reiji is probably the one that you want to run in other decks. One of the 2 best Vinsmokes, and probably the one that will be seen in other purple decks. So very cool that we at least got the smaller version. Speaking of which, we've already seen you. We've seen you, Spider-Man, or Spider-Monkey, actually. Kamariku. Have we seen you yet? I don't know. You don't look super familiar. This is one of the characters that actually fought Enel, or attempted to fight Enel. Let's see, what does he do though? 3 cost, 4k, 1k counter. Activate main once per turn. You may place one stage with the cost of 1 at the bottom of its owner's deck. KO up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 2 or less. And then the trigger is if you have 2 or less life cards, play this card. Pretty standard for the Skypiea Chandian warrior type. Not really doing anything crazy. Germa Kingdom. Did we read this? I don't think we've read this one yet. But there's the Germa Kingdom. If you didn't know, the Germa Kingdom is actually not an island, but actually like a ship, sort of. It's I don't know if you can see it at the very, very bottom, but the Germa Kingdom actually sits on top of a bunch of giant snails that travel the seafloor. So super cool. I believe that's what it is, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. I haven't seen it, the Whole Cake Island arc, in a while. So the stage is 1 Dawn, cost 1. You may trash 1 card from your hand and rest this stage. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 card, including the Germa, and add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. It's a searcher. It's a stage that searches. I think that's actually pretty decent. This is actually, like, if you're running the Germa 66, you probably want to run this because it's filling up the graveyard, which is good. And then it's also letting you search for the bigger bodies. So super good. Super good for the Germa 66 type. Just gonna be burning through these cards now. It's my last pack, and we're not getting anything new. Maybe that's a good thing. Speaking of which, we got Borsellino. It's actually a younger version of Borsellino. This looks like when he was a vice admiral, when he captured crap, what's his name? Arlong. There you go. Let's see, what does he do? 2 cost, 4k, vanilla stats. If you have 5 or less cards in hand, this character gains blocker. So it's a 2 cost blocker. It's okay. I like Borsellino. I think this is good art, so not upset. Oh no, Pika, what did they do to you, my boy? What is this? The billionfold world. The billionfold world. Try chili OC. I can't read that word. Try chili ocosum. I don't know what that word is. I'll be real with you. I don't know what the fuck that means, but it's a 1 cost counter spell. That's always good. Up to one of your leaders or characters gain 2k power during this turn, during this battle. Then, if you have 8 or more Rested Dawn cards, that character gains an additional 2k power during this turn. That's really good. Wow, that's actually great. Trigger, KO up to one of your opponent's rested characters with the cost of 3 or less. Trigger is meh. Its main ability, the counter effect, is actually sick. So we're looking at another one of the radical beams. This is the green radical beam. But it's not even super hard to reach, because during late game you kind of want to keep about 1 or 2 Dawn open. So this is super good. I like this. I like this card a lot. So great card to run. Here's the King Kong Gatling. We've seen this card. And our last one is another Ryuma. Let's go. If I'm gonna get a double, at least I got a double of a good card. And wow, that was it, guys. We just made it past an hour. I feel really good about that. Dang, this was awesome. This was such a good pool. I'm over the moon with these pools right now. These have all been worth the packs. I mean, obviously this just paid for everything. If I'll be real with you, that just paid for the entire box, or it paid for all the 6 packs easily. Paid for like double the packs. Actually, that probably could have paid for a box, if I'm being real with you. It's gonna drop in price. I already know it's gonna drop in price, so I'm well aware of that. In fact, I'm looking forward to the price drop, because then I'll be able to buy a second one. Oh man, I am so pleased with this pack. I'm glad I did this on camera, because I was even debating whether or not I was gonna do it because I didn't have 12 packs. But you know what? I'm glad I was patient and I waited. and I did it because this is the coolest thing I could have pulled. One of the coolest cards I could have pulled. I was like, I'm so scared to touch it. It's just a card, dude. Just chill. It's just a card. But yeah, these are awesome. I'm so glad I got these. So, next stream, I don't know what the next thing I'm gonna do is. I'll figure something out. Actually, I should be pulling from here, but for sure we'll have something planned. Don't really know what. The next One Piece thing, I don't think is gonna happen for a while, just because the set's out. Actually, once I update my decks, I will be sure to make videos on them, and then start playing them on the simulator again. So that will be the plan for everyone interested in my One Piece content. That is what I'm going to be doing. And thank you guys for dropping by. I am beyond happy getting what I got. Like, this was probably the coolest thing. So despite only being like 6 packs, I think I got some of the best cards I could get from those 6 packs. Arguably. Honestly, I could have got like an alt art leader, and that would have been like, that would have been it. I would have died on camera. You would have seen this a corpse for the next like 6 hours until Twitch got rid of me. But yeah, dang, that is sick. All right, guys. I think I am gonna wrap it up then. And there is our giant bulk. I think we only got Horty Jones as a leader during this set. Yeah, we got 1 leader and it's Horty Jones. Dang it. Damn you, Horty Jones. Why? Why must you ruin the mood by not being a better leader, or at least an alt? But yeah, there you go, guys. I've been trying to end this video for like 2 minutes already, and I haven't yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here, guys. And next stream, I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out then. So until then, goodbye. Awkward bye. Bye.